do, everybody? You already know what it is. It's your boy Ty G back in the building. Just want to say prayers for anybody who's watching this. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We're getting straight into the new topic today, which is, does pressure build you or destroy you? And the reason why we're speaking about this topic today is because there's so many pressures that we go on in life that for a lot of us, it may lead us back to our past actions, or it may lead us to be built into a new creation. As you've heard this so many times, pressure builds diamonds. But what does pressure do to you? How do you react to pressure? When you have deadlines at work, are you the type to work and figure out different opportunities that you can have so you can reach that deadline? Or are you the type to crumble and make excuses? And the same in life, when you may have financial needs, are you the type to fall back into a deeper hole? Are you the type to work towards figuring it out? Are you the type to plan forward and get yourself in a better position? When you have family struggles, relationship struggles, are you the type to run to things of alcohol and drugs? Or are you the type to allow this pressure to build a stronger relationship? And you have to ask yourself this question, because you're always going to face pressure in life. You're always going to face pressure in life, no matter what. Especially when you're trying to build yourself up, you're going to face pressure. A life without pressure, you won't build diamonds. There'll be nothing special about you. It'll be too easy. Anytime you face a little bit of hardship, I can't do this. You'll try to find something that's easier. How do you deal with pressure? And you have to understand that when going through pressure, that is when you're going to learn the most about your character. Okay, I might not have enough money for a couple of weeks. I'm in a financial deadline, but here, let me save up this amount so I can pay this off. Okay. I have to get all this work done. I have a project for a new client that needs to come in. I'm trying to make this sale to a new client by this day so I can hit my sales numbers. Okay. What are you going to do? How is the pressure going to build you? And we see for pressure moments, in especially throughout sports, how important that is and how players perform under pressure, how they make more money, how they bring more entertainment value. Great example is Jalen Brunson. Shout out the Knicks. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Everybody talks about how he is in clutch time, how he is when it gets to the fourth quarter, how he is when it gets close to the game ending and the game is tight. For him, pressure has built diamonds. He showed how pressure has built him up. Okay, yeah, down by 20. Okay, we're gonna break down the score as soon as it gets to the fourth quarter. That's when the pressure's on. Some people are gonna fold. Some people aren't gonna make those shots. Some people aren't gonna make those decisions. But guess what? I can. That's his thought process. I can. My team can. We're gonna get this done. That's how you should be looking at pressure. In high pressure situations, when you're able to succeed, when you're able to build yourself up, when you're able to build those around you up, then you see how better your quality of life gets. But not only that, how better their quality of life gets. You get paid more money, you get more out of life, you provide more value when you show that when you go through pressure, you're able to produce. Every job that you go and interview for, they're going to ask you about a high pressure situation that you had to deal with and how did you handle it? What was the outcome? What was your expectation? What was the difficulty? What was the outcome? What was the expectation? What was the difficulty? What was the outcome? What did you provide to change that outcome? What did you provide during that time of pressure to go ahead and produce that diamond? And maybe you may be like, well, it was hard and this time I failed. Okay, then learn from it. That's what people want to see. They want to see how you're going to produce in pressure, under pressure, going through pressure. No matter what, you're going to face it. You think if you start a business, you're not going to face any hardship, any pressure? Absolutely not. You're going to face it. You're going to. When you go to the gym, you're literally putting your body under pressure of weights to put it up, to put up that weight for that desired amount of reps, so then you can see physical changes on your body. You're putting yourself under pressure when you are at the gym, when you are running, when you're doing anything physical. which is why it's important for people to go ahead and start to push yourself, for you to start going into the gym, because you can see, okay, when I put myself under more physical stress, more pressure in the gym, my body begins to produce more. I feel healthier. I feel more awake. I feel more alert. I don't feel as fatigued. I don't feel lethargic. In that same way, when you start doing that in the gym, you'll be able to go under more pressure in life, because you understand, okay, yeah, this may suck right now. It may be hard, but here is the expectation that I have. Here's the hardship that I'm going through. How am I going to get the results that I need? And that's what matters. That's what matters. When you move out for the first time by yourself, yeah, there's pressure paying your rent, your bills, your groceries, anything else that you need. You have the pressure of performing and doing that so you can live. Not so you can go around and think life's a fairy tale. No, so you can live. There's pressure of life really on you. You graduate school, you have loans. There's pressure to pay back those loans, yeah. Are you going to go ahead and be scared and not think that it's possible? No. Because in that time, you're not building diamonds. You're crumbling under the pressure. You're crumbling under the pressure. Instead of, okay, it may be a lot, but guess what? I use this education so I can leverage myself in the job market and I can get this job. Okay, now when I get this job, I'm going to use this money. I'm going to save up this amount. I'm going to use this to build up a side hustle so I can pay this off. How are you going to allow the pressure to affect you? Are you a HPI, a high pressure individual? Can you handle it or no? Do you always need stuff to be easy? Because when stuff's easy, it doesn't mean it's worth fighting for. When things are easy, it doesn't mean it's worth working for. Jobs that are easy, they pay you less money. You realize that because there's less pressure you have to deal with. When you're working and you're on the front line, you're working an hourly job. You're not necessarily getting paid the most amount of money that you see fit, because you're not dealing with the responsibilities and the pressure. You just do what you have to do. You don't have to worry about what others are doing. And that's what I mean by, are you an HPI? Will you be willing to put yourself in a more responsible position to now where you're going to be under pressure, maybe week by week, maybe month by month, quarter by quarter. You're a business owner. You're going through pressure every day, making sure your operations run right, making sure your customer acquisition runs right, making sure any employee issues that you have are being run correctly, because everything falls on you. Everything falls on you. And for so many of you, it's so easy to say, oh man, life's getting hard. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. Okay. Everybody goes through that period in life, but are you going to allow that pressure to tear you down? Absolutely not. You shouldn't. Because guess what? When you had that expectation, and then you had that hardship, and you create success from it, guess what? Next time you're faced with it, you're going to say, okay, I've been here before. I've been here before. God showed me this test before. God has led me through this trial and tribulation before. I've seen it. I'm not worried. I got this. It may be hard. It may suck, but so what? Okay. Okay, so what? I'm going to go through this moment, deal with this pressure. Continue. It's that simple. Now you produce diamonds. Now you got that job. Now you got your boss looking at you. How'd you do this in this amount of time? I realize how valuable you are for your business. Okay, now customers see it. Okay, now I'm seeing how you took serious care of a high pressure situation that your customer was dealing with. Okay, great. Now I'm willing to pay more money. Now you got a customer for life. Okay, great. Put your body under pressure. Oh, now you're producing and you're lifting more weight. You're looking better in the mirror. You're looking leaner. You're looking bigger. Looking shredded. Man, if it was easy for everybody to produce under pressure, you would never see how important it is and how valuable it is for those who do it now. Doctors in trauma centers who deal with somebody which with a large amount of trauma to their body, blunt force trauma, car accidents, whatever it is, if they're able to produce and they're able to have people who have low survival rates and actually let them and lead them to a life where they're survived after these accidents, haven't they performed in a high pressure situation? Won't they be getting paid more money? Surgeons who have high profession or high pressure jobs, don't they get paid more money because they can produce during pressure situations? Obviously. But man, I can't want it for you. Nobody else could want it for you. When you're on or in a pressure situation, a high pressure situation, ask yourself next time, do I see the test that God is putting in front of me? Do I see how I can be let out of here? Do I see the work that I need to put in to go forward? Or am I going to crumble under this pressure? Am I seeking diamonds or am I following dirt? Which one? Am I seeking diamonds or am I seeking dirt? Am I going to produce or am I going to crumble? And man, it's not going to be easy. It isn't. And of course, we always have to focus on, if it's in God's will and this is God's test, I will prevail because no enemy shall prosper. No enemy shall prosper. Come on, man. You already know what it is. Nobody else can want it for you but you. But all right, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to get up out of here. Tap in with me. Always dropping gems. I'm out.